Hi everybody, I'm Mark. I'm a Senior Librarian at Leeds Libraries. Apologies that I can't be with you live today, but huge thanks for the invitation. I'd like to share some thoughts on how we've begun to put together a library offer welcoming Ukrainian refugees at one of our sites in Leeds. That site is the Reginald Centre in Chapeltown, which is a multi-service site incorporating a variety of council services, the NHS, together with the library. The centre was selected to be the welcome point for a number of reasons, but primarily because of its close proximity to the Ukrainian Association, whose building is right opposite the centre, and also because, as a multi-service site for Leeds City Council, it's well set up to provide a range of support and in-house signposting for the most immediate support needs for refugee arrivals, such as food, money and medicine. What I'd like to talk you through now are the ways in which we've begun to embed a library offer into the welcome point. The first part of this is the welcome guide, available in Ukrainian and given to every arrival. The guide has a section dedicated to libraries and the kind of services, resources and activities we offer in our libraries across Leeds. Together with that, we've started to put together a small selection of books over in the welcome point area. This includes an ESOL book collection, together with some adult fiction and non-fiction in Ukrainian. We found that a lot of arrivals' English is really good, so they're often more likely to be interested in our main library collection. However, because the main library is in a slightly different part of the building, this small welcome point collection acts as a gateway to that, helping us bring the library into the welcome point space. Part of that space is also set up for children, and we have a small but growing collection of dual language English-Ukrainian picture books available to loan. And a quick note on borrowing of this stock. The adult stock has only just arrived, so it's too soon to identify any borrowing trends from those, but the dual language picture books are issuing very well. And they're issuing both on site at the Reginald Centre and also across the city, as host families are reserving books in for the families that they're hosting. The other element of our library welcome offer is around events and activities. While we recognise that attending a story and rhyme session or a craft workshop isn't among the immediate support needs of a refugee arrival, we're looking at ways that we could theme our pre-existing offers around this welcome. So to do a special story and rhyme session, or do a dual language family film club. In helping us do this sensitively, we'll do some consultation with the Ukrainian Association, and it may be that we run a story and rhyme session over the road in their building to begin to establish a trusting relationship. Then following on from that, we'll invite a group and groups into the library for a session. A third part of these welcome events is that we also want to provide local communities an opportunity to express their support and welcome for arriving individuals and families. So the third poster there is for a sunflower crochet event, which is an example of this, where attendees will have the chance both to learn a creative skill and then to create sunflowers which will display in the welcome point space. And I'm hoping that this community created crochet sunflower display will be a low-key but heartfelt and effective way of displaying the local community's message of welcome to refugees. So just to quickly recap, this is very much a work in progress, and we need to recognise that the library offer in the welcome point will need to adapt over time as refugee support needs change. We're looking for ways to embed welcome activities within our current offer of story and rhyme sessions, craft and creative workshops, and family film club. And outreach sessions will play a key part in this, where we look to introduce sessions over at the Ukrainian Association first, before inviting families and groups back over to the Reginald Centre. We also want to offer local communities a way to be involved with the welcome point and show their support. And we're hoping that activities such as the Crochet Sunflower Workshop will be a way of creatively offering this opportunity. And then the final point, which is probably the most important, which is that whilst this talk has been themed around a Ukrainian refugee welcome, it's really important that we broaden out to a universal welcome. And whatever learning we can gain from this context, we need to apply it across the board to people that need that support. So really it's to see the Ukrainian welcome point as a huge learning opportunity to ensuring that we deliver a universal welcome. thank you ever so much for your time. Thanks ever so much for listening. And if anybody wants to contact me, here's my email. Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave you to the rest of the speakers.